Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica artwork here, and we're gonna start doing the finishing process for the last picture, which, as it turns out, is actually one of the first pictures that we worked on, but we saved the finishing until last because we want to do a few things. So first of all, let's just check that we've backed this up. Yep, so that's our MEMNON chapter backed up. What we're going to do is copy the merged image of this picture. I guess we could have just done it using the other document, but whatever. So we're just going to take that. Hold on. My Apple Pencil does not want to function. There we go. We're just going to take everything here. Copy the merge. Why is it copying a group? Then we would go in here, rename it. And we're going to take every layer maybe I can't delete the background. Yeah, okay. So we'll just paste that. We're going to turn this down. Now we made this picture based on an existing piece of imagery of MEMNON, but we really missed a lot of opportunities, I think, because we didn't explore what we could do with like African inspired looks. So we're gonna kind of like redesign him with a few pieces of like cultural aspects. Greek art typically depicts many other cultures, Persians, Africans, the Amazons, to whatever extent that, has an existing look. People from like Eastern territories, all sorts of other cultures, they always kind of depict just like mostly just looking like other Greeks. But I think we can add a couple of fun things. So let's see what we can get. One thing I want to check, let's take a look for references real quick. Is there any kind of headdress that we could get? Oh yeah, there's some pretty cool ones. I don't know if we can really incorporate these, but there's some good like feathered headdresses that we could use. Whoa. Yeah, we might keep the helmet on for him because a lot of these feathered ones, I don't think they would read in like this style of art. Okay. But what else would we want to do? So there's some really cool designs for necklaces and things like that. So let's add a new layer first of all and see if we can't just get in some fun designs. That doesn't make any sense. Let's do like this and this. I don't think we want to, so this design that I'm looking at is basically comprised of a million little circles, but I don't think it really serves the picture if we actually depict all of the circles. So let's be a little bit more strategic about which ones. I do kind of like the idea of doing there's like these little coin things on this guy's which are all like hanging. And then he would have like maybe some kind of necklace. Stand by. Okay. So I'm just copying some of the pieces of reference that I think look interesting, but I don't know if they'll work for this type of art, so we'll kind of just add a bunch of stuff and then see how it looks. Let's also create a piece that goes around onto his shoulder here. There's a really cool aesthetic for this kind of chainmail thing. I don't really know what it is. I don't know if I'm going to incorporate that. There's some really interesting kind of like when I'm looking at sort of tribal warrior garb, it seems to be a lot of beads. So we'll definitely try and get some aspects of that. Body paint is a big one. We'll see about adding something for that. It's like a lot of adornments. Things that don't necessarily add like a tactical advantage, but are probably just like either ceremonial or like meant to instill fear. One thing we could do too, number one, let's probably give him not a beard, and then we can explore some ideas for his face a little more. So one really cool one is that we could do this. So hold on. The eye we're going to want to invert, which is going to look weird, but it'll make sense when we make the final picture, I guess. So there's some really cool ideas for, let's put this on another layer too. Basically like face paint of some sort. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to come through properly. Oh, I put that on the wrong layer. So I want to put the eyebrow. Like that. Let's just take a quick look at some of our references. Okay. So it would basically be like we're cutting out where the shapes are going to be. None of my references have any kind of like rings or anything in the nose. There's some great headdress stuff though, so we'll do that. So the proper picture is going to be this. Or against. Yeah, the proper picture is going to be this with a black background. So you have to imagine all the black that I'm drawing is actually going to be white. But we don't want to do that now because it's too hard to see what we're doing. So we're going to do it in the opposite for now. So I don't know that I think that works. What if we did instead like just something that is like a homage to it? This face paint look. There's more than one kind of face paint we can incorporate too. Now we can explore some really fun ideas. We probably will lose the helmet because we're losing a lot of opportunity for great hair concepts. So let's lose the helmet. I always draw the forehead too small. Okay, so number one, there's like a great I don't really know how to describe this because it's only coming from the front that I'm seeing it, but it's like a what if we did like and then attached to this is like a rope that then I guess is tied like here or something, and there's these move this ear first of all. There's these like I don't know how to make this shape work. It's like a rope that comes down and it has a little ring on it. And there's another ring on it. And there's this great sort of horn thing. So it gives this impression of like tusks. Now let's actually draw his hairline. kind of object in the hair here. Good. We could also do some stuff with red on his face, which would be nice. But for now, let's focus on this. We're going to add in some little whatever you call that, intentional scoring on the head. Welcome 509 Broncos to the show. Sleep struggles are for real. Gonna work in the morning, but always enjoy when I catch parts of your stream. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. We're working on our book illustrations at the moment. We're trying to redesign one of our characters. So we're in the early stages of the redesign here, just throwing every idea at the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah, sorry to hear about the sleep struggles. That's always a bummer. At some point, we're going to have to sort of turn off this layer. You know, I might like this better as... Let's try duplicating this real quick. I might like this better with a bald head. We can have this one just go all the way up. $509 saying, looking great, I like the hair addition. Thank you. I'm still between whether or not I'm gonna stick with that one, but yeah, I think that one definitely has a look that none of our other pictures have yet, so that's kind of the best thing going for it right now, is like it's totally unique. And we might end up doing it, but I want to see if I can work in some of these elements. Because the problem is I don't want to make it too visually exhausting where it's like a million things happening at once. I think that was starting to happen. So we'll take out some of this stuff and see if it simplifies the shapes a little bit. And we turn this thing into an earring instead, which I think works just as well. Let's see what else we can do. Yeah, I do kind of like that better, actually. Alright. Sometimes it's your favorite ideas you gotta cut. I just saw The Northman the other day with a great Q&A with Robert Eggers, the director, who did The Witch and The Lighthouse, 2 movies that I think are masterpieces. And The Northman is too. I loved it. And he was talking about, a lot of directors talk about where you end up having to usually cut your favorite shot of the movie. And that's kind of like the defining moment of any movie, is like, if you have the self-control to actually like cut out the part that you thought was the best part of the movie. Okay, so now we got that. Let's see what else we want to add. Oops. We can also do some stuff with, that I didn't try already. We can try this. First, let's turn that on. No, I don't like it. I like the bald head. I think it works. I don't think we need to do anything further than that. At least not yet. Okay. Now, we'll see if we can incorporate any other stuff into his armor design. A lot of times you'll see like a cloth thing around the waist, it looks like. This is not going to be kind of like the... We're going to have to make this into more of a pattern later. But for now, we'll just have it as is. And there will be like a different pattern down here. And maybe another pattern underneath it. That's just us indicating what may or may not be a pattern. Okay, so one thing I really, really would like to get in there is some indications of these like sort of finger paint things. 509 saying, bald like me. It's a good look. Now you gotta get some of these facial scar things and you could be just like MEMNON. MEMNON the warrior. That is until we change his design again, and then you'll have to catch up to whatever we change it to. Oh yeah, there's some really good concepts for like... It's like the more I look at it, the more I want to keep removing a lot of the Greek-looking stuff and just make it... Like, we could give him a shield that's more like this. And I wish we could show the front where you could have like some really great sort of designs on it. I don't think that's going to work though. Maybe it will. Let's put that on its own layer. We'll keep it for later. All right. Well, we're moving, ladies and gents. Let's save it. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for joining the show. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. And if you want to see more, don't forget to hit the follow button. And I'll see you next time.